There is no end to a knowledge. More we acquire, more we seek it. So that's why I'm after that the knowledge. The top will stand AI. Very recently you will find it that artificial intelligence is at the top, and it is going to enter in all the, not to talk about the 5 career, in every career. It affects most of the careers. So that is at the top. Parents should not be stuffy. They should not be sticky. They should try to assess the child and follow the child, rather instead of asking him to you follow. Firstly, he should have critical thinking. He should have problem solving skills, because entrepreneurship or startup career needs these things. It can't happen that if he has problem will come, but he should know how to solve them. Without patience, you can't move on the entrepreneurship ladder, the startup ladder. In my view, I'm not in much favor of digital education. No doubt we can't avoid it, but it has got side effects also. Marks are nothing. If passing marks is okay, passing grade is okay, but topping the exam is not necessary for successful in life. Changing weather and ecology, these fields will come up with the passage of time. Now, every person can't judge it that these will be career, but these will be the career of the future.
Hello everyone, welcome to our very special show Spotlight. I am Soumya Agrawal and you are watching Ekal Bharat. Today I have with me Mr. ML Garg, who was an ex-serviceman, is a consultant and also an active social worker. So let's start our conversation with him. Welcome to our show, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
So I have heard that you are still a student, like you are a teacher and you are also a student, you are a teaching student right now. So what motivated you to still pursue your education along with teaching students?
While teaching, I felt the necessity of learning more so that I can teach in more effective way. That's why I am pursuing education still now.
Okay, so what was the inspiration or motivation that you had in you, that you thought that even if I have a lot of knowledge, I want to gain more knowledge? What was the thing that was in your head?
There is no end to a knowledge. More we acquire, more we seek it. So that's why I'm after that the knowledge.
Okay, so I have heard that you have mentored a lot of students. So do you know the exact number of students you have mentored yet?
Exact, I didn't count it actually, neither I registered anybody, but it is certainly more than 1 lakh students. And because I have delivered my session in more than 600 schools, so average strength of the school, let us count that way I am calculating, I have touched the life of about more than 1 lakh students.
More than 1 lakh, that's a big number. So have you met the students whom you have mentored? So how does it feel to know that you have changed their life, you have shaped their future?
The students themselves call me when they reach somewhere. Of course, they contact me even during their career building tenure. But once they achieve something, they contact me and thank me, and still are finding more guidance from me that now what should I do. So that's why I'm in touch with all the students.
Okay, so that means once you mentor them, you don't leave their hands, you are with them forever.
It's already, I'm already with them.
Okay, so since you career counsel as well, we know that Indian parents, they are targeted in one thing, that my daughter has to be a doctor or my son has to be an engineer. So and maybe that their daughter or son does not have that talent to be a doctor or an engineer. So how do you change the mindset of the parents that apart from being a doctor or an engineer, there are other fields also that they can work on, or like that can be beneficial for their future? How do you change the mindsets of the parents?
I have got a list of every career, how to reach there, how to achieve that, what should I do, and what will I have after becoming this.
Right.
When I explain these things firstly to the parents, so that they are mentally ready, then to the student, then I take their psychometric test And from there I calculate that this field will be okay for this fellow, 2 or 3 fields at the first stage. Then students interact with me orally, writtenly also. Then we decide that this career will be best for me, and we inform, rather he or she informs her parents that I will be doing this.
Okay.
Most of the parents do agree with me, and seeing my strength from the previous record, they do agree that we are in safe hands.
So what about those who does not agree? What do you do then? Like if the students is suppose you are saying that journalism is a good field, the student agree with it, but the parents are not agreeing. So what do you do for that?
If the student is dependent on the parents for supporting his education, then it's difficult. But I give the options of approaching scholarship. I tell them the way that how to appear in that scholarship exam, when to appear in that exam, and how to crack that exam. So most of the students adopt this model that if I am not seeking any economic support from them, they will be ready once I am in that field. So they make it ready.
Okay, so see, career counseling is a big thing. My entire future depends on my career, right?
Very right.
So how do you decide that this particular fields in career is better for an individual? What are the factors you keep in mind before deciding that?
There are actually 9 factors in various intelligences. I have got some test of a credible authority, and with my own studies also, I study a lot. So from there I find that this field will go to this talent will go to that career, that career, and I keep myself updated for the latest careers also. From there a formula, and I have got a lot of library of this size. I have got a career books, different fields, different writers, different reports, different gradings of every university. According to all, taking all into consideration, I guide them, you follow this path, and they mostly follow me.
Okay, you said that you have used research and then you know about new careers as well, new fields. So what according to you are the top 5 fields that youths are more invested in and that has good career?
The top will stand AI. Very recently you will find it that artificial intelligence is at the top.
Right.
And it is going to enter in all the, not to talk about the 5 careers, in every career. It affects most of the careers. So that is at the top. Then of course IT and computer already we are in. And then environment.
Right.
And changing weather and ecology. These fields will come up with the passage of time. Now every person can't judge it that these will be career, but these will be the career of the future.
So how are you so sure about it that this will be the future?
We are environment is destroying us. So
Right.
that necessity is the mother of so from there it will be calculated that we have to correct the career. We have to find the new energy sources. Petrol and electricity is not going to be, or it creates pollution also. So there I calculate that this field will come up, these fields will come up.
Right.
A is there no doubt. I think everybody will agree.
Right, even I agree.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, everybody has to.
Yeah. So I think you run some organization as well, right?
The day I retired, I registered my own NGO, Mod Education Welfare Society, on the name of my hometown, and it's working still last 10 years, and we are providing every damn service under which comes under education, starting from early parenting, even to the conception stage, even to the mother care, and then to primary education, middle education, higher education, post-secondary education, career counseling, all aspects of teacher training, parenting, all this we are touching all the life. Internship, apprenticeship, startup career, so all these things I am covering in them.
So you mentioned parenting word. So what do you think is the key behind healthy parenting?
Parents should not be stuffy. They should not be sticky. They should try to assess the child and follow the child, rather instead of asking him to you follow.
Right.
That is the major, the crux of the parenting. Today's child doesn't want that I should be directed by. Listen to him. If you can console him, if you can counsel him, then it's okay. Otherwise, though no compulsion at all.
Right. They should listen more.
No,
Try to understand the kid.
Yeah. There are methods how to listen a child, so that he listens you.
Right.
So I am in that favor.
Yeah, because they say nowadays that parents should try to be their kids' friends before then be a parent.
Yeah, we have to be friendly with them. Then they follow you.
Right, that's right. You also mentioned about startup careers. Now we see that there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are, thinking of starting their own business. So, what are the factors you think they should keep in mind before starting their career?
Firstly, he should have critical thinking. He should have problem-solving skills, because entrepreneurship or startup career needs these things. It can't happen that if he has problem will come, but he should know how to solve them. Their creativity. These are some of the essentials of the startup and entrepreneurship career.
So, what do you think? Is patience important for startup careers?
Certainly. Without patience, you can't move.
Because you see that there have been a lot of proved examples that a lot of startups have failed, and that is because they think that अगर मैं कोई business start कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे immediately पैसा आने लग जाए. They need that earning right away. So they don't get it, and then the business fails. So how important is patience before, like, if you are starting a career?
Without patience, you can't move on the entrepreneurship ladder, the startup ladder. You have to be patient. It's not a machine that you put money and will come into multiples. You have to keep patient to develop your idea, bring the product out, sell it meticulously, then the money will come. So one has to be patient till then.
Right. And while we are talking about businesses, social media marketing specifically is growing a lot.
I agree with you.
So do you think it is a positive thing that it is growing, or a negative thing?
Without it, we can't, I think, survive. Marketing can't survive. Other means of print media, TV media, they have lagged behind, and social media is coming up, and that's very good, because now more employment is being sought in social media. Previously, on certainly channels or certainly newspapers were grasping all the revenues from them. So I'm in favor of social media.
But don't you think that social media has its own misuse also?
There are, every side has two coins, so then it's harm also. We have to be careful about that also.
That's right. So, now while we come about social service, how involved are you in social service?
How involved?
Yeah.
How? My father was a social worker.
Okay.
He was illiterate, but he devoted whole of his life to the social causes of that area. So from that I got the idea that I should, after my retirement, I should enter into this, and now it is flourishing. I am rather preaching everybody around me that you also do social service, you will get a lot.
Right.
And I am getting it. I can ask anything from the God. It gives. Nature gives me return back, not in terms of money, but in terms of blessings.
Because they are working for their children.
Yeah.
That's right. So while we are talking about social service, how did you come to know about Ekal specifically?
While working in the education sector, I came upon an Ekal school, and from there I got introduced to the Ekal concept. And then one of my elder from my hometown, Mr. Singla, he's in US. So I asked him, how is it? I go US also every year.
Okay.
So from there he introduced me to the Ekal concept, and he financed one Ekal Vidyalaya Center Sanch at my hometown also, and now he has supporting one Ekal Gramin Udyog Center also, and we will cover every aspect in whatever field Ekal is. We will start from our hometown and flourish around our area.
So since you do a lot of work, I'll call you a multitasker if that's okay. So you basically are a multitasker, right? So how supportive has your family been for that?
Family is supporting me. She's sitting here by chance, but she supports me from the interior of the heart, because she is connected with God, and she is connecting my work to the God.
Right.
And similarly, my child, they are well settled in life. They have said, we don't need your money. We need your guidance, but not the money. So you spend whole of your function in there and do the social work. I'm happy. My family is also happy.
Wow, that's nice. Since we were talking about education, and we see that the digital era is growing now, right? Everything is becoming digitalized. Even in Ekal Vidyalayas, now they are using tablets instead of slates and blackboards. So what do you think will digitalization, how will it impact the education system in our country?
In my view, I'm not in much favor of digital education. No doubt we can't avoid it, but it has got side effects also. I love more books. I support libraries also. I open libraries in rural area because there is a cognitive concern when you read a book. So I am in favor of book reading. Anyway, but we can't avoid the technology. We have to go for that also. So it will go side by side, I think. Right? That's my view.
So you said about side effects, that digital education have side effects. What are the side effects you are talking?
Screen viewing, I think, is falling our even the thinking power. It affects our thinking eyesight also, and dependence also. Solely dependent on that. So these are the side effects which are harmful for us.
I just remember one thing that you said, that AI has a very growing career. But don't you think that AI is a threat to human? I mean, don't you think, like, since you said that digital education can, impact the thinking, but I think either AI can also do the same.
It will come. Its side effects will come. AI is not a gem. He is not a god. It will affect otherwise also. On one side, it will give us progress. On the other side, side effects will be more as compared to digital education. We have to suffer that.
That's right. So, since you consult even parents, so is there any message or any tips you would like to give the parents to help them be more supportive to their kids?
I just spoken on this topic that now the time is not a children should listen to their parents. Parents should listen to their children. They should understand them. And that is the time. That is time to come. So they must listen to the child so that he listens to you. Or parents should know the method. Okay, how should I talk to him so that he talks to me?
They should not be stubborn.
They must learn it. This is for the parents. Now for the students, should I continue?
Yeah, sure.
Now for the students. Students has to develop critical thinking, problem solving skills and latest 21st century skills, leaving aside the other previously traditional. We have to leave a tradition aside if you have to go with the time. So one has to go into that, don't go for marks. Marks are nothing. If passing marks is okay, passing grade is okay, but topping the exam is not necessary for successful in life. So for students, I advise them that they should go for apprenticeship, they should go for summer training camp, they should do dignity of labor. These things will pay them more in their lives.
So I have a question regarding to children's only. You see
regarding
children, students in basic. So you see that students are like young age. So youth basically they get sad over small things very easily, right? Maybe if I'm not scoring well in my exam, I'll get sad. If my friend is doing better than me, then I'll be sad. So rather the word depression or anxiety is spreading a lot nowadays. So what do you think is the reason behind that, and what suggestion do you give to students so that they can motivate themselves and not fall into the prey of depression or anxiety or panic attacks as such?
During my counseling of so many students, I came across many such students we are talking. They have to be patient. I teach them how to be patient. I teach them these things, these skills, so that they should not इतनी जल्दी घबरा नहीं जाना. रिजल्ट्स है वो बहुत धीरे धीरे आते हैं, जब आते हैं इकट्ठे आते हैं. They come in bunches. So when I preach them, they agree to my point, and they are able to convince their parents also that, and they have started thinking that way. I can guarantee if any students come in contact with me, I can teach all these things you are worried about. I will be doing that.
That's really great. So while we are on the topic of students, before we conclude, I like to ask you to give a message to the young minds, the youth of our nation, to do better for their careers, and how if they focus on their career right now will shape the nation. Any message for that?
Students should adopt the career which they love. Not students generally ask me, even parents ask me, आजकल क्या चल रहा है? What is best today? These should immaterial. The thing you love it, you will create it. You can create it, and when you create something, you are absolutely going to top. So I advise the students that they should adopt a career which they love it, in which they find the happiness. They should go for happiness instead of earning more or some material benefits. Find the happiness in what profile, in what profession I will be happy. They should adopt that only.
That's right. So I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir. It was a great pleasure talking to you, and I think our viewers have also learned a lot from whatever you have said. It was really inspiring. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I also thank Ekal very much, who gave me a chance to be here and interact with the students and the parents. Thank you very much.
So this was Mr. ML Garg, who has given us a lot of insightful about healthy parenting, career counseling and many more. Stay tuned with us and we'll bring you more such personalities in our next episode of Spotlight. Till then, take care and keep watching Ekal Bharat.